Hello and welcome to Only Connect. I think my love of DIY comes from my grandfather, a plumber. I should say my late grandfather. He's a plumber, so he's always late. Joining me on the rack tonight are, on my right, Jim Roebuck, a deputy head teacher who used to work at a toothpaste tube factory. Dave Workman, a youth and community worker who is also the voice of a Romanian to English language textbook. And their captain, T. Madja Roebuck, an audit manager who used her Cineworld Unlimited card as ID at a police station in Nepal. United by a mania for Morse, they are the Endeavours. T, if all the questions tonight could be on one theme, which theme would you like it to be?
Something that we can answer easily, so not Morse. Comic books, Terry Pratchett, Neil Gaiman, and theatre. That's a lot of themes.
They might well come up. Good luck. You are playing against, on my left, Ashley Page, who was detained by police in Prague for failing to stamp his ticket on the funicular. Ben Salter, a maths graduate who owns 11 Hawaiian shirts. And their captain, Andrew Shaw, a software developer who has smoked his own cheese. United by a fondness for fractions, they are the Outliers. Have you come along to Only Connect for fun or to destroy?
To destroy.
Good luck with that. You won the toss, you'll be going first. Let the destruction commence. Which hieroglyph would you like?
I will have water, please.
The water question will be the first of the game. It is the picture question. What connects these visual clues? Here's the first.
I don't think I know who that is.
Okay.
So, next, please.
That's Antonio Banderas.
Okay, next, please.
Yeah,
That means conductor of
Yeah.
some description. I don't think I know who that is. Next, please. Okay, so that's Diego Maradona.
So we've got Diego and Antonio. They'd be characters from something.
Oh.
San Antonio San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So we think if you put San before their names, they're cities in California.
Well, I'll take it because there is a San Antonio in California. Actually, the bigger San Antonio in America, literally the biggest of the cities we see here is in Texas, but there is one in California, so I'll take it. What are the other clues?
So we had Diego Maradona.
That's right.
And two people we don't recognise.
Really?
Though we think one of them's a conductor.
That's one of the three tenors. It's Jose Carreras.
No.
And the first one, knowing that it's San something and it must be a city in California because I gave you your first answer, who might it be?
So
Francisco.
It's Francisco
Franco.
somebody.
Yeah.
Franco.
Yeah.
His lovely General Franco there, actually won the Spanish military dictator. Very well done for 1 point. Endeavours, what would you like?
Horned Viper, please.
OK, what connect these apparently random clues? Here's the first.
East. Okay, so Durham there. The direction of the arrow. I imagine that's a bit risky, wasn't it?
Next, please.
Northeast. Well, the Volvo logo doesn't have an arrow pointing in that direction, does it? So, Volvo northeast. I don't know. Move next.
Next, please.
Direction of the arrows, obviously. Yeah. That's it.
So these all have an arrow, and it's the direction that it's pointing to. The Amazon one connects the A to the Z and an arrow, and the FedEx is pointing to the east, and obviously Volvo is northeast.
Coming in after 3 clues, you get 2 points. They have arrows in their logo. Last one was recycling, and the arrow goes in a circle. Do you know how Amazon came to be called that?
Oh, they were something else before, weren't they, online?
Jeff Bezos wanted an A and a Z for the sign of the arrow going A to Z, so he went with Amazon because it's got an A and a Z. Oh, there's something unpleasing about it, isn't it? Alcatraz would be much more pleasing. It's something that ends with a Z, but that was close enough for him. And your answer's close enough for me. Well done. Outliers, what would you like next?
We'll have the 2 reads, please.
2 reads. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Could be a sports thing.
Okay, I think we should
Yeah.
go next. And next, please.
This is close. Is that a big game for that?
I don't know one.
Yeah, I don't know.
And what's the next?
Yeah.
Yeah, next, please.
Interesting.
So
Oh, are they like sister? So they're brothers. Are they like Link's twin cities?
Maybe. I mean, the verses feels weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
And next, please. So we think these are twinned things.
They are not twin things, so there's a chance of a bonus point for you, Endeavours.
Rivals.
Famous rivals.
They are in a way, but it's what happened with that rivalry. These are all things that were decided by the toss of a coin. So the Epsom Derby and the Epsom Bunbury does involve two rivals, the Earl of Derby and Sir Charles Bunbury, who both wanted to name the race and they flipped a coin. First one is naming as well. Two of the earliest residents of the city of Portland, Oregon, tossed a coin to see who got to name it. Obviously, Portland won. Liverpool versus Cologne. It's the only time those two football teams ever met. And Liverpool won through to the European Cup semi-finals on the toss of a coin because they played home and away and a replay with extra time and they were still tied. And the first toss of the coin landed on its side. Still wasn't decided. I mean, God did not mean that match to be decided. They tossed again, and that was the outcome. Liverpool went through. And Wilbur Wright versus Orville Wright, they tossed a coin to see who would get the first go in the aeroplane. And Wilbur won, although actually the flight was an unsuccessful flight. So in a way, that was a loss and a win at the same time. So some rivalries involved, but the toss of the coin was the key. You may have your own question, however. What would you like?
Lime, please.
Lime, OK. It's the music question. You'll be hearing your clues. What connects them? First one coming in now.
Next, please.
Time flies by when the night is young. Daylight shines on an undisclosed location.
Yes, we told you.
Next,
please.
There's a time for us someday.
Next, please.
Can you hear me calling out your name?
2 seconds.
Is it? They all end in where?
They all end in where? What did we hear?
Somewhere from West Side Story. The Rita Ora one. I can't remember, but that must be nowhere or anywhere.
Anywhere. Yep.
And
The last one was everywhere.
everywhere.
And the first one maybe is then nowhere. Is
Nowhere.
it?
Nowhere, yes. I was hoping you'd guess underwear, but it's not. It's Nowhere by the band Therapy. Or Therapy. It's got a question mark
It
after
has
its name,
got a question
apparently, so
mark on
I
it,
don't really
yeah.
know. Do you know how to say its name?
No, I've just seen
Therapy.
it in print.
Now, the rhetorical question, Therapy. Therapy? If people have just tuned in, they'll think there's something really wrong with it. Malfunction at the back, Therapy. All ending in where. Very well done. Outliers, what would you like?
The Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
It's a beautiful
Next.
Riverside, like the whiskers.
Okay, so I mean, is it how they do something?
How this.
What do you
Right, how they said so next.
I think next.
Next, please.
Just
Oh, that's the. Well, that's a. Yeah. The cat's whiskers, the dog's.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck.
So these are all terms for something good.
They're all terms for something good. Exactly so. We'll just have a look at the last clue. Talk me through the clues while keeping it broadcastable.
So that's the bee's knees, the cat's whiskers. I don't know the snake's ones.
The snake's one is... That's the hips. The snake's hips, apparently, is an expression. And we'll leave clue 3 to the imagination of the viewers. And I know what your imagination is like, so let's move on to the next question. Endeavours, what would you like?
Twisted Flax.
Why wouldn't you? Twisted Flax is the last question of the round. That's coming in for you. First clue starting now.
Next, please.
It's the 14th. Yeah, 15th of February. 45 days into the new year. It's going to be 7. Get the next one.
Next, please. Christmas Day.
Is it the year divided by the month?
Could be the year divided by
Also the month divided by the day. 25 divided by 12. Yes, it could be.
yes,
Could
yes,
be.
yes.
Yes, the day.
Is it the date? So the date divided...
The day of the month divided by the number of the month.
That's exactly right. The day divided by the month. You didn't need to see Halloween 3.1. Very well done. Just talk me through each clue.
So New Year's Day is 1-1.
Yeah, so the first of the first.
first
1
of
divided by 1 is 1.
Valentine's Day is 14 divided by 2 equals 7. Christmas Day is 25 divided by 25 divided by 12.
Yeah.
And then Halloween would be 10 divided by
31 divided by 10.
Yeah, there you go.
That is absolutely right. The day divided by the month. Very well done. That means at the end of round 1, the Outliers have 3 points, the Endeavours have 5. Round 2 now, the sequences round. The teams may see up to 3 clues before telling me what comes fourth in a sequence. Outliers, you'll be going first again. Which hieroglyph?
We'll go Horned Viper, please.
Horned Viper, OK. What will be the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Is that the last one? I don't realise. OK, so next, please. Just Susan's.
Kennedy Smith.
That vaguely rings a bell, but I can't think why.
Very good. SK.
Next.
S. Yeah.
Next, please. Kinski. These all like a person who's
Klaus
had all
Kinski
those
is an
names.
actor.
OK, so is this someone who's married, Sarandon? Could be Susan Sarandon?
I think there's going to be a sequel.
Yeah. What's the sequence?
Well, has she had all those names?
Okay, sure.
We'll try Susan Sarandon.
Good guess, but that is not the answer. Endeavours, do you know?
Would it be Susan Kennedy again?
It is Susan Kennedy again, and why?
It's Susan Kennedy in Neighbours, married on to Susan Smith, married on to Susan Kennedy, married on to Susan Kennedy.
She remarried Carl Kennedy.
Actually, I think she unmarried to become Susan Smith. Susan Smith's her maiden name. She married Carl Kennedy. I think they were newlyweds when I last watched Neighbours after about... I'm delighted to hear she's still in it. She married to become Susan Kennedy, unmarried to be Susan Smith. Then she married a Kinski, and then she married him again, Dr. Carl, to become Susan Kennedy again. Very good Neighbours knowledge. Well done for the bonus. And what would you like for your own question?
Lion, please.
Lion. These are going to be picture clues. So what sort of thing would you expect to see in the fourth picture? Here's the first.
So it could be anything. Next, please.
Is this like an Olympic? Something to do with Olympic sports?
Yeah, but what Jordan.
So what's the sequence then? Fencing, swimming, fighting, swimming, fencing.
Next, please.
Jumping. Fighting. This one is it? Show jumping. Questions and
Fencing, swimming, questions.
so what would the next running maybe? This Olympic sport. Yeah, Olympic sport.
2 seconds.
Wrestling.
Not it, I'm afraid. Outliers, do you know?
OK, so running? Yeah. We'll try a picture of someone running.
I will take running, although we've got a picture of something a little specific. Let's have a look at our fourth picture. Do you know what that is, and why have I accepted running?
Modern pentathlon.
It's the modern pentathlon, and what is that a picture of?
People shooting and running.
It's laser run. So in the current version of the modern pentathlon, it goes fencing, swimming, show jumping, laser run. Running is OK because in the earlier version of the modern pentathlon, you'd have had shooting at the beginning, but then fencing, swimming, show jumping, running. And actually, I suppose in the laser run, they run before they shoot. So running is still correct there, but we've got a picture of a laser run. Shooting and running at the same time. How could that go wrong? How could that go wrong? Well done. You get the bonus there, and you may have your own question. What would you like?
We'll take water, please.
Water. OK. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please. Oh, is this like the stroke thing? Thinking let's do something has a stroke.
Oh, it's the DMC thing, isn't it? It's airway breathing.
OK, sweet. Next, please.
Gosh.
Oh, OK, what's that?
Smile.
So what else could you apart from look?
3 seconds.
We'll try smile.
Oh, it's always a good thing to try, but I'm afraid it's not the answer here. Endeavours, do you know?
Something like an hourglass to indicate time.
No, but why?
We think it's the sequences of fast, so in a stroke. So face.
It's not that. It is a medical one, a health one. It's the test for the health of new babies, and the key is it's named after the anaesthetist Virginia Apgar. It's the Apgar test. A, appearance, P, pulse, G, grimace, A, activity. And it'll be respiration next. It's what you call a backronym. They started with her name and filled it in later. So these are the things you would check in a new baby. Endeavours, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. OK, what will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please.
So you're going along the coast of South America. Do we need to get the next one down the scale?
Next, please.
Is it? No, it's not the size of countries, is it? They are all located.
Yeah, they're all located.
So which coast is it? Is it going down the... Going down the west coast? It's all
Next slide, please.
2 seconds.
Chile.
Is the right answer. And why is that?
South American countries going down the west coast.
That's exactly what it is. You're going north to south down the west coast of South America, and Chile would be next. Well done. Back to you, Outliers for a choice.
Twisted flats, please.
Twisted flats. OK, what will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
So I think you'd see one.
Yeah. Next, please.
10 to 36 is a square.
Not seeing anything.
Yeah.
Same binary.
That's just what I'm thinking about binary. So it's just 2.
Yeah, go again.
So next.
Yeah.
Next, please.
36, 36.
So is
These like
going to be a roulette thing?
roulette thing.
0 to 1, 10 to 30. No, there's not going to be 236. It's like school.
Is it binary? 2 to 4?
Yeah, probably not. It is.
2 seconds.
Say what you're going to say.
No, 36, 10.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. Endeavours, do you want to have a go?
43, 36.
That's not it. Why do you say that?
I'm thinking about that Super Bowl final that was turned over, a huge deficit got turned over, wondering if there were the scores at the end of each quarter.
It's not that. And it's not roulette either, as I heard you muttering, although they would put 2 36s on the wheel if they thought they could get away with it. No. 36, 36. Does that ring no bells? That relates to the reign of King Edward VIII. These are royal reigns. Edward VII reigned 1901 to 1910, George V 1910 to 36, and of course Edward VIII in and out in 36, and then we get George VI, and the reign was
36 to 52.
36 to 52 would be the answer. Unlucky. But you may have the last question of the round, Endeavours. The Eye of Horus. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please.
Super 7, Birmingham 6, Bates 5, and 4. The gang of 4.
Gang of 4 by any chance? Or something along
Have a
those
look at the
lines?
clues and have another go.
Gang of.
Gang of would be an acceptable answer. We put fantastic. You're back on form coming in after just 2 clues. What's happening here?
So Secret 7, Birmingham 6, Dave Clark 5, and then your clues, Fantastic 4.
Exactly so. Very well done. Who are the Secret 7? Let me hear their names.
Scamper's the dog, I think. That's what I remember, yeah.
Yeah, but the dog is not one of the 7.
Probably Susan
I mean, what
Bunty.
kind of thing are people called in Enid Blyton?
Bunty.
There's one called Peter. There's always
Peter, Janet, Jack, Colin, George, Pam and Barbara. What a magnificent group. Fantastic 7 they could be. They are groups in descending numbers. I want to hear something for gang of or fantastic. Well done. That means at the end of round 2, the Outliers have 4 points, Endeavours have 11. Connecting wall time now, and Endeavours, it's your turn to go first. So please choose lion or water.
Lion, please.
OK, you have 2.5 minutes to solve the lion wall, starting now.
We've got
kind of geographical features. Vale, Gorge, Canyon. Vale, Gorge, Canyon.
Dean. I think a Dean is.
Scoff.
I think a Dean is.
You think a Dean is? Okay, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
So Scorpio's a scorpion.
Backdoor Man, Wolf Man.
Trojan horse.
Trojan
We've got
horse. Any other horses?
Backdoor.
What's rootkit? Don't know what that is.
There, it's part of a debugging
Scoff
kit.
Crown. They
Wolf.
like kind of wolf.
What's the connection?
Eating quickly.
Oh, bolt. Yes, yes. That way to be exactly quickly.
3 lives now.
So,
Plenty of time.
rootkit, backdoor,
So are these sort of terms to do with computing?
Yeah,
so we've got
Trojan
virus,
and
Trojan, and
So what would
worm.
Scorpio, Shadow, Lightning, and Worm?
Oh,
no, the ones
gladiators.
that-
Gladiators.
Yes.
So we've got lightning, Scorpio, and Shadow, and Trojan to
Okay, yeah,
gladiators.
so
Should we go for it?
Yeah, go for it.
Look at that, you solved the wall. You made short work of that. Very well done. So that's 4 points immediately. What about the connections? Vale, Dean, and so on?
We're saying geographical.
They're kind of geographical.
Geographical features.
Can you be more specific?
They're kind of gaps in the ground, if you like, dips. or
Valleys.
very
I feel you made the shape of a valley there. I'll accept it, that's right. And the next one, cram, and a word I can't pronounce. It comes up in the quiz all the time, and I can't say it.
Wolf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So these are all synonyms for eating food very quickly.
Exactly so. And the next group, Scorpio, Shadow, Lightning, Trojan.
They are all gladiators from the TV show.
They are from the TV show Gladiators. And the last group, virus, backdoor, and so on.
These are malicious terms to do with computing. So a virus will infect your computer. A backdoor is, well, the virus uses the backdoor to get into your computer. The rootkit is installed on your operating system and will allow a virus to enter your computer through the backdoor. And a worm is part of a virus.
It's almost too much information. Malicious is the key. It's all malware. So it's another 4 points for the connections, and I'll give you a bonus for getting it all right. It's the maximum of 10. Very well done. Let's bring in their opponents now, the Outliers. Give them the water wall and see how they get on with it. You will have 2.5 minutes to solve your wall, starting now.
Javelin is an event in...
They're Minogues.
Oh, Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue, Danny Minogue.
Okay.
So what?
Other Minogues, you know
I think there's other names,
Yeah,
aren't
sure.
there? Simon and Lance.
I think it's too many.
So
Okay.
Stretch.
What else we got then?
You
Things
say
you throw.
stretch. Yeah.
Things you throw.
Yeah.
And a Lance.
Maybe,
There
yeah.
are, there are Armstrongs, Lance Armstrong,
Stretch Armstrong.
Armstrong.
Alexander Armstrong.
And
Simon
Armstrong.
yes.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
okay.
there's
So what's
Simon
another
Armstrong
Armstrong?
person as well?
Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, can you
cool.
exhaust the Armstrong? Okay, so we have.
There we go.
Oh, okay, cool. They're judges. There's Louis Walsh. Simon
Oh yeah,
Cowell,
judges from X Factor. Danny Minogue.
Danny Minogue.
Kylie.
Kylie. Well, that's the only other.
Sure, maybe, yeah. Oh, nice.
Okay, cool. Right, so.
So then-
3
Yeah,
lives
Minogues.
now. You've got
So there's
plenty of
things-
time.
Is a bonus like a...
This is like a thing you throw. It's like two
Oh,
things on
okay.
the end of a string, I think.
So it's like old weapons.
So-
maybe javelin.
These three are things you throw.
Throw. Okay.
Can you throw a challenge or something, right?
I don't. Or Kylie. I believe Kylie's a nickname or something.
Yeah.
Throw.
Okay.
What else can the other ones be?
So
then?
tax, push,
Tax. Yeah.
super tax, push,
Just this, I mean, it's a TV channel.
Extendable, pushable.
Pushable. Extensible. You can change it. I think at the
that
end.
ends in axe. So sort of challenge.
So we're saying.
You want to get those three? Yeah.
And then one of the others. You could throw attacks. Throw a challenge. You could throw down a challenge.
Yeah. Do you want to try challenge?
I mean, we have no idea.
Yeah,
the
sure. Okay, but it's
Tax. What other types of
it's wrong.
tax are there? This is
Poll tax.
pull. The opposite of push is pull. Extend.
Yeah, not really.
No.
Do we know what other Kylie's?
Should we try challenge in case
Yeah.
it's wrong?
Yeah.
Really?
2 more lives, 20
Kylie?
seconds.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Oh, that's it. You've solved the wall. Very well done. So that is all the groups found. What about the connections? Neil, Alexander, Lance, Stretch.
I guess we think these are all Armstrongs.
They are all Armstrongs. How many Tour de France titles has Lance Armstrong got?
0.
0. They've all been taken away. Absolutely correct. Neil Armstrong, Alexander Armstrong, Lance Armstrong. And who's Stretch Armstrong?
Is it toy?
Yeah.
He's a toy with stretchy arms. Exactly right. And what about the green group? Danny, Louis, Simon, Ada.
These are like judges on the X
Like
Factor.
first names of judges. Yeah.
Yeah, first names of judges on the X Factor.
They are judges on the X Factor. Who's your favourite X Factor judge?
Let's go Louis.
Really? You don't hear that often.
I mean, I think it's the Irish brogue.
I always liked Scary Spice. I think she did about 2 and then went off to do one of the ones abroad. But she was really scathing. I quite like that. All X Factor judges. Javelin, Kylie, hand grenade, and so on.
So you think these are things you throw?
Can you be more specific?
Like weapons you throw.
They're throwing weapons. That's exactly right. So, Kylie is like a boomerang,
Is it like a-
but it's
yeah,
a weapon. You must have thought, how much neighbours is in this quiz? But no, Kylie the boomerang. And the last group, tax, extend, and so on.
Super.
Yeah,
We'll try super.
Super challenge.
That's not it, and you're really going to kick yourselves. There's a horrible irony in play here. They're all things a quiz can do to you. They're synonyms of each other. To tax you, extend you, push you, challenge you. They all just mean things that you can do to yourself with some sort of challenge, quiz, crossword, or so on. So we rather taxed, extended, pushed and challenged you with that wall, but you found 4 groups. You gave me 3 connections. That's a total of 7. Let's have a look at the scores going into the final round. The Outliers have 11 points, the Endeavours have 21. And if you'd like to take part in the next series of Only Connect, then why not go to the website bbc.co.uk/onlyconnect to find out how to apply. Missing vowels round now, and remember teams, you can lose points as well as winning them, so buzz with care. Fingers on the buzzers. I will tell you that the first group are all actors' names merged with football clubs. Endeavours?
Billy Crystal Palace.
Yes, it is. Endeavours?
Richard Burton Albion.
Correct. Outliers?
May West Ham United.
Very well done. Endeavours?
Jane Mansfield Town.
Correct. Next category, military medal inscriptions. Outliers?
For valour.
Correct. Endeavours?
For merit.
That's the Order of Merit, correct. Outliers?
For bravery in the field.
Correct. Outliers?
For gallantry.
The George Cross. Next category, things you might hear on a train. Endeavours?
Tickets, please.
Correct. Outliers?
Replacement bus service available.
Not it, I'm afraid. Endeavours, do you know?
Replacement bus service is available.
That's not it either. Replacement bus services are available. But good going. Next clue. Endeavours?
We are currently being held at a red signal.
Yes, we are. I mean, very well done there, Andrew, for coming even close to the replacement bus service. Unlucky, but good quizzing all round. And looking at the final scores, the Outliers finished with 14 points, but the winners with 27 are the Endeavours. Very well done. You are straight through to the next round. Outliers, you'll be back for another shot at the next round later in the competition. Thank you for playing, thank you for watching, and please join me next time for the most fun a quizzer can have. Apart from that once-in-a-lifetime golden opportunity that's actually happened once on this show when one of our fact-checkers had to verify the meaning of pedantic. Happy days. Goodbye.